Alright, video time. Yep, having a real cigarette. Mmm, they are good. Anyway, yeah, I'm really having trouble with my e-cigaretting. It's really not doing it for me lately. I got some good new juice. It seems good, but you just, I don't know. I don't know. Even the old stuff isn't working. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. Metaphysics. Yeah, Pyro and Barklord guy talking about this metaphysics crap. And yeah, where are you going to go with this? You know, I mean, all right, the argument is, well, Pyro is talking like there is some sort of metaphysics, and then Barklord is complaining that Pyro's not metaphysical enough, I guess. Um, but Pyro sits there and just mushes the subject up with this crap, like, oh yeah, I believe in determinism, but no, we make choices. Yeah, you know, whatever. It's, you know, it's even hard to. I mean, I took brief notes, pointless ones, really. Um, but it's just this idea that because we can't detail everything yet, that somehow there's room for a mystery. And what exactly would the mystery be? What would the God you're looking for look like? I mean, realistically. You know, there's no point in it. And then Barklord is like tripping over to the fact now that we can make distinctions between things because things have a distinction. Okay, they are different, and that because we can recognize differences, that somehow we're violating the rules of the universe because this piece of useless rolled up electrical tape must be perceived somehow as connected and part of the cat and me, and well, I mean, it just doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, we're all part of one universe, but the universe is made up of things doing different things, and we can model that interactions and view them and see the distinctions. What's the big deal? I just don't. I don't see any. And if you go looking for the source, you're not going to find anything more intelligent. You're going to find things stupider than us. And that's the catch here. Where does your metaphysics go? It doesn't go to some sort of more intelligent creation. It goes to a stupider cause. The cause isn't going to be better than us. The cause is going to be less than us. That's sort of the evolution thing. You know, the complexity, we are the complexity. The simplicity is in the source, in the zillions of interactions that have led to the creation of the complexity. But the source isn't going to have more purpose than us, and even us, our purposes are so predictable. You're saying this, no, we can't predict. Oh, come on, I'm damn predictable. You know, I mean, you can create all kinds of scenarios, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm gonna do. And if they're blonde and you know, have soft breasts, you know, I'm even more predictable. So I mean, this is just bullshit. We're not after all that much, and you can see it in what, you know, attracts us. I mean, we watch movies because they have this underdog thing happening and this hero thing happening, and we can vicariously live out some kind of more interesting life, you know, by visualizing and almost feeling ourselves in these roles, or identifying ourselves in you know, and yeah, so we're predictable. What we want glory, and we want to be loved, and we want to be thought of. You know, we want those ego strokes, and yeah, and then we want to eat tasty little food, and then we want to take a nap. Yeah, we're just not that complicated, and the game we're caught up in is not a mysterious game. It's not a game that's just mysterious for the sake of mystery. I mean, you know, you're almost projecting a god stupider, okay, a dumber god than a Christian god or a Muslim god, because your god is just playing a joke for the hell of just for the sake of playing a joke. I mean, it's just almost silly. Like, let's keep them in mystery, create a completely fucktarded system that doesn't even have heavens and hells and all this other crap. It's just fucktarded for the sake of it. Just, yeah, we just felt like fucking around with things. I mean, what's that? Um, we know where our consciousness came from. All right, it's a biological weapon in a war of biological survival on a crowded friggin' planet, where life is beating the shit out of life, and that's all it is. It's a tool. That's where we got it from, and we can see where we got it. We can see we got it just 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 years ago. We can see where it arrived, where we got this little extra tool, this little sharper spear, to go run around in the jungle with. And that's all it is. It's just a little extra perceptive sense that enables us to compete better and blah, 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 blah. And whoop-de-doo. We're still, just like all the rest of these creatures here, just caught up in bullshit soap opera that's just run over and over and over in a stupid game of survival for no gain. The gain is merely to do that, survive. And that's your glory. And it's not even glory is even the wrong word. I mean, that's your end. That's your fate. That's your destiny. And it's completely predictable. It's completely, the whole evolution would be predictable. You could look at the two combatants get into the ring and you could predict who was likely to win, and you could just predict all over the fucking place. So with enough information, the whole thing is understandable and comprehensible. And even with the insufficient information we have, the incomplete, let's put it that way, it's completely sufficient to the purpose of diagramming what the fuck we are. We got the answer. You can keep pretending we don't have the answers. We have the fucking answers. It's called evolution. It's called chemistry. And it's ultimately called physics. And it's just a dumb mechanism. That's all it is. It's a dumb mechanism. Wasn't somebody's inspiration. Wasn't like, I'm going to do this on purpose thing. None of that shit. It's just a dumb universe. And we're just victims of its stupidity. And you're just like all the other organisms you need. And what you need now is an answer. I mean, we can do that. We can supplement our needs. We can, instead of having a kid, a woman can have a little dog on her lap that she feeds turkey to. I mean, we can find things to satisfy those natural urges. And so instead of you're satisfying the natural inclination to do a specific thing, you're just needing an answer to this question. That's become your chase, your cheese. And so you're chasing that. But like all the other chases, it's superficially stupid in its reality. And yeah, and it's stupid in even our context, because we do have the answers. You're just saying, I don't like the answer. I don't know. No, I'm not going to accept being just a thing the universe produced, like a fart. You want to be something more than that. And sorry, there's nothing more. There's just a pointless struggle for a pointless survival, and it'll all end in a pointless white light of evaporation. And it's just, yeah, it's an episode of waste. That's all this is. It's a waste. Your hunt, your search, your longing, your want, it's all waste. Because it isn't designed by something intelligent. It isn't designed for a purpose. It isn't designed by, again, something that can understand how to maximize the value, if there is any, of this capacity to want and need, and to be pleased, to have the perception of pleasure. And I would argue that even that, as much as it is glorious, is If we were really understood, if we were really clean, we could understand how dirty our real life really is. And it's only because we have these relative comparisons of our own built-in tension and frustration and aggravations that we really don't even understand that whatever pleasure we get, that pleasure is derived through eliminating a fear, eliminating a negative opinion of ourselves, something suppressing and negative. It's only through releasing of our negatives that we achieve this perception of positive. And that's what makes the whole thing all that more insidious, is that even with our intelligence, I'll have to say, but obviously people aren't using it, I don't think, very effectively. People aren't able to get that, even get the concept of what they're caught up in, get the truth of it, understand the truth of it. That all the glory, all the beauty, it's only a relative perception. It's only because we exist, we are built in a cesspool, and so we think, something of 50% less cess is somehow a victory, and it's not a victory. We're only eliminating some of the filth and puke and garbage, and we haven't won anything, but extracting ourselves for a brief moment, perhaps, from the indignity and the burdens that have been dumped on us for no good reason, but because chemistry acquired a capacity to reproduce, and over billions of years, animals have become more and more complicated and more, complicated is a good enough word, because it's not sophisticated. It's just complicated, and that's all it is. It's just nuance for nothing. It doesn't get you anywhere. It's not added value. It's just added, and it's all a sad and sorry delusion to think that you can make something out of it. It's a pig. It's not going to fly. Put all the lipstick you want on it. It's not going to be something else. And that's not a great story. It's not a great truth, but it's the truth. So if you're going to do this thing and pretend to be philosophical, have some respect for the truth. And the truth is in front of us. It's there. We can write the book of most of the truth. And you're just saying because we don't have every single detail, we can't tell this story. Well, I'm saying that's just garbage. We have enough of the pieces of the puzzle to see that it's an image of a toilet bowl. I mean, it's, you can just keep pretending that somehow you're going to make it into something, but you're not. Because we know what it's made out of. We do. We do know the origins of life on Earth. We know how we got here. We know why we are structured the way we are. Our psychology is predictable and silly. This is just the way it is. So there's no metaphysics that's going to save us from that commentary. Whether we say it now or we say it later, maybe it doesn't make any difference. But I say the only dignity we can possibly grasp out of this whole mess is to maximize our intelligence and to at least describe ourselves accurately. I mean, it's even to live a stupid life is bad, but to live an ignorant one, or worse, a self-deluded lie, I mean, that's even more tragic. I mean, that's just adding insult to the injury. And that's my commentary on it. I don't care whether you would eke through your life better with a Donald Duck story to live by. I care, but I don't care in the sense that the lie is uglier than whatever unpleasantness you might have to endure by accepting that truth. And I don't think it has to be, because we can manipulate everything, we don't have to make it so burdensome we can't walk or breathe anymore. But like I said, even if it was that bad, even if it was radioactive death, the truth, it's the truth, damn it. And if you're going to do this thing, if you're going to pretend to have conversation about the truth, yeah, you really shouldn't play this game. I mean, you really should be in some other game. You should be in the game where you're acknowledging that you're just grasping at hopeful straws. And so have that, throw yourselves in that category. And don't pretend to be doing something else besides, reaching for something, anything. Just so you have something to hold on to. Yeah, so anyway, so sort of response to Barklord guy, who I like, but yeah, he's just, these are false questions, and it's a false argument of mystery. Yeah, we don't have every detail, but we've got the road map down. We really don't need to see every little cottage on the road, every blade of grass. We really don't have to get it that close. We've got the idea. We see where it's going, and it's going nowhere. And it's from shitholia. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Till next time, it's Hutch. So forth. Oof. Come on, turn off. Oh, it's not gonna do it. This is funny. You have to really hit this button. It's so hard. God damn it. Irritating. Yeah, I mean, really should have beta tested the damn on-off button. Anyway, I feel like there's something else, but I guess there's nothing else to say. Until next time, and such. And